Alright, what's up YouTube? Yo boy Crypto Tone coming at ya with another video. So 546 million CME Bitcoin futures hits record one-day volume. Record volume, guys. Again, I believe it was record volume the other day, and now it's happening again. Is that what I'm seeing here? This was, I believe, yesterday. Could spike BTC beyond 6,000. So that would be phenomenal. Now, if we take a look at the price real quick, we are at the 52.64 level, which has been holding pretty well. A lot of people on Twitter are pretty bullish. There's also a couple of guys that are bearish, but for the most part, you know, everybody's kind of complacent. So I mean, that kind of leads me to believe that we're gonna go a little higher. Really, it really does. Now, it's not mimicking anymore what the 2014-15 bear market did. Because if it was, I would have thought it would come back down again and then go for another high. But maybe that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm not a psychic, so I really don't know. But chart looks good, and I'm glad I'm holding my bags, and you know, I was able to pick up some down here. So altcoins are also looking good. If we do get some movement upward from Bitcoin, USD value on altcoins are going to go up. So let's take a look at this article. Throughout the past 7 days following its initial rally, the rest of the cryptocurrency market, including major crypto assets such as Litecoin and Ethereum, recorded large gains against the US dollar with the momentum established by Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs fuel to move out of the 5,000 to 6,000 range. Will CME be that fuel? On April 1st, various technical factors supported the upside movement of Bitcoin and enabled the dominant cryptocurrency to spike by 20% as soon as it broke out of important resistance level at 4,200. Bitcoin was able to move rapidly from 42 to 48 within minutes because of three main factors. Liquidation of $500 million worth of short contracts on major exchanges. 500 million worth of short, unbelievable. A single buyer purchasing 20,000 BTC or $100 million worth. Wow, guys, that is a monster right there. And three, lack of resistance above 4,200. Some traders were cautious in the ability of Bitcoin to break out of the 5,000 to 6,000 range because it would require strong stimuli to push the asset above that range, similar to how a $100 million buy order and a $500 million shorts liquidation pushed BTC earlier this week. In the near term, if the volume of the CME Bitcoin futures markets can be sustained, there is a high probability that the Bitcoin futures market could serve as the catalyst of the next Bitcoin movement. On Tuesday, CME reportedly told Bloomberg that 22,542 Bitcoin contracts were traded, worth about $546 million. Wow, that's a lot of money. Interestingly, most of the volume came during Asian hours, more than half of the daily volume. So it looks like it's coming out of Asia. CME Bitcoin futures hit a record 22,542 contracts traded on April 4th, equivalent to 112,000 Bitcoin with a notional value of $546 million. According to a release from the derivatives exchange operator, a majority of the trading volume on that day came in Asian hours, with 12,634 contracts traded, so basically more than half, CME said, the Bloomberg's report. Trades processed during Asian hours does not necessarily translate to buyers in Asia purchasing Bitcoin futures contracts, but significantly increases the likelihood of buyers being based in major cryptocurrency markets in Asia, such as Japan and South Korea. Why futures volume is important now. Previously, the Bitcoin futures market volume was disregarded by many because of the inflated volume of the cryptocurrency exchange market. According to Bitwise, more than 95% of the reported Bitcoin volume is inflated or faked, which leaves the futures market responsible for around 35% of global Bitcoin volume. From March 4th to March 8th, CME and CBOE are said to have recorded the volume of 91 million. The 546 million volume of CME on April 4th dwarfs the 4-day volume recorded in early March, and it demonstrates a striking rise in demand for BTC in the short time frame. CME volume on April 4th surpassed total daily spot volume in March. Wow. Bitwise also reported that from March 4th to March 8th, the total Bitcoin spot volume across all exchanges was 273 million. That is exactly half of the volume recorded by CME on a single day. So, yeah, I guess people still want to buy contracts and not just buy physical Bitcoin. I mean, for me, it just doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you just buy physical Bitcoin? What's up with that? There's so many ways to buy physical Bitcoin now, but people want to ride the wave without having to own actual Bitcoin. So I guess it is what it is, right? Very impressive that coming out of this bear market, it really looks like people are interested. And if one buyer, I'm sure it wasn't one buyer, I'm sure it was a pool of people that pulled their money together to make it look like there was one buyer. I don't really know where they got that information from, but I'll have to look into that as to why it was only one buyer, because I can't see that being the case. But hey, that's the case. So yeah, so basically what he saw was, or those particular buyers saw that there was really not a lot of resistance at these levels. So it really just broke through. Now we're kind of hovering around the only resistance level, which, in the near term is 55 to 5,600. And then of course, after that, we're going to have the big test of 6,200 to 6,500. Definitely going to be another test. So a lot of airspace coming up in the near future for Bitcoin. I could see us getting at least to 6,200, maybe then resetting, coming back down before we actually blast through. Although I believe we are going to blast through regardless. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And with that being said, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Holla at your boy. Peace.